Fantasmic stage work is underway. The spa is back at Disney's Grand Californian Hotel and Spa. And is it true? Are we about to see frogs move into New Orleans Square? So much to get to, so much to talk about. It's time for a Disneyland drop-in. Halloween time in full effect at the happiest place on earth. And hello, everybody. Wade for the Kingdom Report hanging out with you once again, bringing you all the latest updates at the Disneyland Resort, hitting up the 3 hotels and the theme parks today for you. But first, let's start here inside Disneyland Park. Town Square is where we're at, and look who's back. It's the churro cart in Town Square. Long been missing, wondering where it was? Well, a little bit of refurbishment work, and it has returned now alongside the popcorn cart in Town Square, too. Further up Main Street, USA we go. Carnation Cafe has officially reopened as of this last week. We couldn't be more thrilled to see this hallmark experience of Main Street, USA officially back and ready to serve guests. The cast members here were very excited to welcome everybody in, and it now has had its first official weekend back since Disneyland reopened earlier this year. A full menu is ready and available for you, indoor and outdoor seating available as always, but reservations are hard to find right now. Everybody wants to experience Carnation Cafe again. Into Adventureland we go, where the last time we visited, we noticed that Tarzan's Treehouse was under scrims, and it was unusual because it was not on the calendar for any sort of refurbishment or any sort of work that needed to be done, which typically means there was an emergency repair that needed to happen. But look at this, so much more infrastructure being installed since our last visit just about a week ago. It looks like there is a major overhaul going on Tarzan's Treehouse right now. Hopefully everything's okay, and glad nobody got hurt in the process. It looks like they may have caught something before it happened. Something else that has just recently reopened is this space right next to the entrance of Pirates of the Caribbean, just underneath the Dream Suite balcony. The Royal Street Veranda has returned. This has been behind walls for the last few months. Not only is it refreshed and renewed, but it is ready for guests to have a seat and enjoy themselves some New Orleans Square. The only thing worth pointing out here is that the windows are not open yet, but they are prepared for mobile order whenever Royal Street Veranda starts functioning as a restaurant destination again. A little further back in New Orleans Square, and you notice that scrims are down behind what used to be the La Baton Rouge store. We've been watching this very closely, and what do these colors remind you of? Princess and the Frog, anyone? Yep, that had been the speculation now for the last few weeks, and boy oh boy if it doesn't look like we are about to get Tiana-fied up in here. It looks like there is a new, perhaps food location coming to this spot, and while I was here I noticed some unique details that certainly do pay homage to the princess from the bayou. And on top of that, as I stood here filming, I also heard frogs, yes, frogs woven into the soundtrack background. Can't wait for Disney to make the announcement as to what is moving on into New Orleans Square. A little further down the road, across from the Haunted Mansion, Harbor Galley remains boxed in down here. It is still open for lunch and dinner service. However, there are very few places to sit at this time because they're building an entirely new area in which to sit in. A double-decker seating location is coming to this space. In fact, you'll see over the walls here that foundational work is happening now. They are digging. We've got place markers out all over. And it looks like they are on their way to creating an entirely new space here at the banks of the rivers of America. Can't wait to see what it looks like when it is all said and done. Pirates!
Roll the old chariot along, we'll roll the old chariot along, we'll roll the old chariot along, and we'll all fall in the Thank you very much. We are the world's greatest bootstrapper pirate band. We're gonna go have what do you call
my medicine.
yes. Farewell. Good luck.
Who doesn't love a little bootstrappers in New Orleans Square? Always great to see them. Hold on to your valuables, everybody. Yep. And we move on into Fantasyland now, where Aladdin and Jasmine, along with Captain Hook, were meeting and greeting guests. Always wonderful to see anybody out in Small World Mall. And another great development here is further back near the Toontown entrance. We've noticed that these walls have been here the last few weeks. In fact, I think we were even seeing them as far back as like a month and a half ago. And now walls have started to recede, and you see all this groundwork that's been done, and bricks have been laid. What used to be there was just the green cement like you see to the right. Well, they laid all these bricks out leading into Toontown proper, and boy, does it look a heck of a lot nicer. Great job, Disney. It looks like more bricks to come. Inside Toontown itself, you see all this work that's being done on Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway exterior right now. This is terrific. Lots of developments going on, much more than we've seen in recent updates. A lot of external work happening, and then on top of that, some additional groundwork going on behind the walls themselves, leading towards the what will be entrance, I should say, of the Runaway Railway attraction. Very, very cool to see finally some exterior work going on, as most of the work that's been happening has all been inside. We've also learned recently that Roger Rabbit's Cartoon Spin is about to go through a bit of a transformation. We heard that Jessica Rabbit, after mysteriously disappearing from a show scene, is about to be retrofitted into a new story, a new bit of a backstory here for Cartoon Spin, where she's going to be a more central character to helping find Roger overall. So we'll see what that looks like when she starts to make her appearance in her newest form. We scoot on into Tomorrowland now, where you see that the exit staircase from the platform of the monorail station is completely open. That's right. In fact, a wall has been erected alongside the staircase itself, so guests can't peer over into the Finding Nemo submarine voyage as that gets prepared for its winter return. Looks like we are now just a stone's throw away from the monorail officially coming back to the happiest place on Earth. And Big Thunder Mountain over in Frontierland, the railroad itself is under the knife at the moment, going through some refurbishment pangs, and it will be back later this fall. That is all Disney is saying at this point. Fall 2021. Don't know why it says 5 minutes on the standby wait time. That was a mistake, but you can't access the attraction right now. And across from Big Thunder Mountain Railroad in the Rivers of America itself, work was being done on effects, staging, and platforms for Fantasmic. I could not believe my eyes. The fact that this was going on in the middle of a park day was so exciting, because this means that we are inching ever closer to a Fantasmic return, that epic nighttime spectacular on the Rivers of America that has been sorely missed. Since Disneyland has reopened, we haven't seen a whole lot of nighttime entertainment outside of fireworks. It's going to be great to have it back. We move out into the hub across from Sleeping Beauty Castle, and do you see what I see? Yes, the turkey leg cart on Main Street is now back open. This location has been noticeably absent, completely dark since Disneyland reopened. You could get turkey legs at the other locations inside the park, but the most popular one here on Main Street, USA, you could not. And now it's back. He's the Oogie Boogie Man. The Dapper Dans of Disneyland returning recently and bringing all that Halloween time splendor to Main Street, USA. Down at the train station, I saw Pluto and the practically perfect pumpkin known as Donald Duck waving and saying hello to everybody. I do love this time of year when the characters are in their Halloween outfits. It just makes me so happy, especially Donald as a pumpkin. It's just fitting for him. On the front side of the train station, we noticed that the newsstand was back open after a brief refurbishment, but the bigger news is what's happening just on the opposite side of the newsstand on the exterior portion of the park. That's right, just on the opposite side of the gate here, accessible to anybody without a ticket. A new location has opened on that side. and that is dedicated to PhotoPass. This will be the new official home of PhotoPass after they have vacated their spaces on Buena Vista Street at the Kingswell Camera Shop and on Main Street, USA at the Photo Supply store. So now this is your one-stop shop for all things PhotoPass just outside of the Disneyland exit. California Adventure is where we are heading, and this is the time of year where lots of Halloween parties are going on. The Oogie Boogie Bash takes place on Minnie night, so if you are headed to the parks anytime soon, keep in mind that you could be going on a day that has a party, and therefore the park is going to be closing a little earlier. Inside California Adventure we are, and the Disney Theater, known for hosting usually the Disney Junior Dance Party, is noticeably absent with the signage now. After seeing it here a couple weeks ago, the Disney Junior is Coming Back signage has gone missing. Over in the Hollywood backlot section, you notice walls have been erected here with basically the Avengers, which is interesting because there's a whole land dedicated to that now. But at any rate, it's advertising that the store for Stage 17 and the Avengers shop is still open, but the walls are kind of in the way. All this seems to be is just resurfacing work. I poked my head over and I could see just work being done on the foundation. Nothing more, nothing spectacular, at least as of right now. We move further into California Adventure in the Pacific Wharf area, where the Cappuccino Cart is behind walls at the moment. Who knows what's going on back there? Maybe just a brief refurbishment, but at any rate, it is creating a bit of a pinch point in this region. From there up to the Grizzly Pass area behind the Grizzly River Run, you notice that staging and props for the Oogie Boogie Bash treat trail just sort of sit out during a normal park day. They don't do anything to disguise it. It just sits here. Kind of funny. Inside the Grand Californian Hotel and Spa we go, and the grandeur of the lobby is always so captivating, but I noticed something down at the other end of this lobby that we need to go see, and that is Oogie Boogie himself. Yes, this is a beautiful display that was created by resort chefs. They do this seasonally. Usually it's a gingerbread house during Christmas time, and then they get creative with what they do during Halloween. But you take a look at just all of the ingredients that go into creating sort of this candy-fied Oogie Boogie display, and there are hundreds of pounds of ingredients here. It's really one of those cute keepsake photos that you have to take when visiting a Disney resort. Another great thing that has happened recently is the Tenaya Stone Spa, a Disney resort spa, has opened up at the Grand Californian after being vacant for more than a year, since 2019 even. The Tenaya Stone Spa fills the void of what used to be here in the form of a spa run by a third-party company. It's great to have them back, but right now the spa is only open to guests of the 3 Disneyland Resort hotels. It'll open to the public at a later date. The Disney princesses are back at the Napa Rose Restaurant, the crown jewel dining location at the Grand Californian Hotel and Spa. It'll run you $125 whether you are a child or an adult, and this dining experience goes Thursdays through Mondays if you have any interest in joining the princesses. Across the street we go to Disney's Paradise Pier Hotel, and I don't know about you, but something feels a bit sinister up in here, and that is because Ursula from The Little Mermaid has officially taken over the lobby area of the Paradise Pier Hotel. You know, they started experimenting with this concept here a few years back, and of course, due to the pandemic, they took a year off. It is so great to see Ursula back in all of her glory, taking over the lobby location. This theming is really awesome. However, it does very little for the sake of the hotel that lacks so much right now. Unfortunately, the PCH Grill, the character dining and buffet at night restaurant, still remains shuttered with no indication as to what will replace it. The quick service dining location, the Surfside Lounge, remains completely empty at this point with no sign of returning. And on top of that, they still have posters up in the hallway telling you that if you would like some food, well, mobile order it from downtown Disney, because that's about all you're going to get out of this hotel experience. For the price you're paying for a hotel room in this location, you might want to reconsider a stay somewhere else. And the Disneyland Hotel is where we are headed next, and you'll notice here that the Disneyland Hotel is greeting you with the Haunted Mansion theming for the Halloween season, which is a lot of fun. we scoot on out to the back tower, the Frontierland Tower, and this is where they are building, in between all the rest of the facilities, the new Disney Vacation Club Tower. And this thing is going to be beautiful when it's created. As of right now, they are just in the foundational phase. There's a lot of digging going on. There's definitely a lot of trench work happening. So nothing to really see here other than earth movers and dirt. So unfortunately, not a lot of visible progress, but we are excited to see things start to rise up in the coming months. Goofy's Kitchen has welcomed characters back. We've done a dining review for you here on the Kingdom Report YouTube channel of what Goofy's Kitchen is like without characters, and it's a little weird to be honest, but now characters have returned in a modified form, and yes, they are meeting and greeting from a distance and basically parading around the restaurant, kind of like they're doing over at Storyteller's Cafe at the Grand Californian Hotel and Spa. Well, my friends, that about does it for this edition of the Disneyland Drop-In. Hopefully, we've brought you up to speed with all the latest trending topics and updates happening at the happiest place on Earth. And if you haven't done so already, we do encourage you to hit that thumbs up button. Make sure that you are subscribed to the channel so that you don't miss a darn thing. And for the Kingdom Report, I'm Wade Heath. We'll see you next time for another edition of the Disneyland Drop-In.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.